Hey, Riley Besties, welcome back to the Writing with Anna new podcast, where we talk about all things writing. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about my writing pet peeves. However, if you're listening to this episode on my YouTube channel, I can see you guys right now. I'm going to be trying out like a video sort of format. So let me know below if you are watching on my YouTube channel. If you kind of like this format better than just like my usual screen, or if it doesn't really matter to you, definitely let me know. But I just wanted to just try it out, I guess. Yeah, so hi everyone. Anyways, yes, today we're gonna be talking about my writing pet peeves, things that I hate about writing, being a writer, things that I've experienced, and just like, we're gonna be talking about it today, and I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I really hate, I mean, it's something that I can't really, I hope that other writers really do relate to this, and that is when people simply don't listen to you and your ideas, because honestly, writers are very passionate people. I mean, like, I'm very passionate about my projects, about my writing, and when I'm telling someone, like my friend, for example, or like my sibling about my new book idea, or just like about my book and how it's going, even if they didn't like instigate or initiate, that sort of conversation, and I was just like, hey, like, I have a new book idea, I'm just going to tell you about it. And when there's like, you can tell they're not listening, and you kind of explain it to them, they're nodding, they're going, oh, cool, cool, but they're looking somewhere else, their mind is elsewhere, and you just feel stupid. You feel like you're talking to a brick wall, and it's like the worst feeling ever, and you just slowly just like go like, yeah, anyways, blah blah blah, and it just feels terrible. And I guess it's like, I don't know, it's something I really don't like, because for me, I think sometimes it's like my fault, because I shouldn't be talking to someone who is not a writer and who wouldn't, actually like my ideas, or like, respond to it. But then again, I'm like, you're my friend. You're someone that I trust. Like, I'm telling you something I'm passionate about, and can't you see with like how excited I am that you should be listening? Like, maybe like it's the same sort of thing if you're talking about maybe your assignments, or maybe like your other hobbies. Like, maybe you're running and you're really passionate about, yeah, running, or like even your books. If you're reading something, you're gonna be really passionate about that, and some people just don't listen. But I think it's specifically about my books, and it's just like they don't really care because they're distracted, or they just don't care. And uh, I don't know, guys. Do you guys get me? I hope you guys get me, but I just think it's a big pet peeve that people just simply don't listen to you. They just turn off whenever you start talking about your books or writing. Yeah, that's it. But yes, that's the first one. The second pet peeve that I have is to do with like actually writing, and that is to do with plotting. And I'm not sure if you guys actually also struggle with this, but it's when you are in the plotting sort of stage. So you're kind of deciding what's going to happen. And it gets to a point where you're at this like point in your plot, in your story, where you can choose to go this way or that way. And you're just like, I don't know what way I'm going to go, because if you go that way, it could be easier, it could be more fun. But if you go this way, this can happen, which you really wanted to happen. But then, you don't know which way you're gonna go. And you feel like as soon as you make a decision, that's gonna be the wrong one. And you're gonna be like, damn, I just wrote all of that, and I'm gonna have to delete that if I'm gonna have to go back. And you just like, you feel like you can't change it anymore. And it's just so ridiculous. And I hate it so much. But yes, that's my second pet peeve, is just like plotting and just deciding which road you're going to go on when it does come to like a sort of path where you can go either way, but it will end up in at the same like conclusion, obviously, but like you don't know which is the best way to pick, and which will be more interesting, which will be better for like character development. It's a whole thing. And I don't know if I'm making sense, but that is something that really annoys me, because I feel like I'm just going to regret it. And I hate making decisions. Writers can't make decisions. So that's my second pet peeve. My third pet peeve is being a mood writer. I am a mood writer, if you guys didn't know. So when it comes to like when I read books, or when I even like listen to music, or like watch a new movie or a new show, if that show is something that has to do with one of my other projects, I am jumping on that other project. Like that always, like, I'm a mood writer. So when I do get into the world of, for example, like fantasy, and I'm like listening, oh no, sorry, I'm watching like a really really good fantasy sort of what's it called, show. Like I remember watching The Witcher, and The Witcher was so good that I wanted to just jump on and like write a fantasy book. But I was working on one of my other projects. I think it was like Project I First Met You in a Graveyard. I'm just like, that has nothing to do with fantasy. It's a love story, and I'm just like, I wanna stop writing this project. And it's such a struggle and something that I really hate about myself, because I just switch so much to the point where I'm just like, when am I ever gonna get a project done? When am I ever gonna get anything done? And it's just like, girl, I have a problem. So that's a me problem. That's a writer sort of, I don't know, like pet peeve to do with me. And I don't know, that's just how it is, I guess. Okay, number four, number four, number four. This is also, I guess, a me problem, but I feel like a lot of writers also really definitely do go through this. And that is when you have just like these really random moments of doubt, and just like, when your sort of life just flashes through your eyes and just like, whoa, like I can never ever amount to anything. Um, Sometimes it literally happened. It happened to me literally before I was like, gonna record this episode, where I'm just like, I spend so much time on my books. I spend so much time writing. What if I never ever make it? What if I never ever get anyone to read my book? What if I never actually finish and get it to a point where it's even good enough to query? Like, what if, what if, what if? And it freaks me out sometimes. And it's just like something that I really, really hate about being a writer, because being a writer, it's such a lonely sort of pursuit. It's a very lonely career, and it's also a very, very hard career. And I don't, say, oh, you can be a writer, blah, blah, blah. It's all fun and games. No, it isn't. Because when you get to querying, I haven't even thought about it. And that's probably why I kind of talk about it in a previous episode, I think. Just kind of about me never even wanting to publish my work, because I just thought it felt like so far away, the idea of publishing, that I never was like, oh yeah, I'll publish my book, like I'll become successful, because I knew it was so unrealistic. And I think that's also something that has to do with, like, I guess my family, and like they don't really support me in my pursuit to become an author and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just never thought about writing as something that I can, do. And I think that now that I've kind of overcome that fear and being like, okay, I actually want to try to become an author. And then I'm like, I spend so much time on these books. Like, what if I actually never do? And it's just like these random, they really come in like the most random times. And I'm just like, where did that come from? I did not need that today. When I like, sit down and start writing, I'm just like, wow, I might never, ever, 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 ever actually write. And like, this imposter syndrome is real. And I feel like all writers really do experience it every single freaking day. And it's fabulous. It's fabulous. Okay, the fifth pet peeve is coming back to that like your document, like that scene, like that chapter, and realizing, you realize like why you left it. And I guess this is also like a writing sort of yeah, pet peeve is like you leave a chapter half finished, and you know it's going to be hard to come back to, and like you kind of forget about it, and then you come back to your document and you're just like, ugh, Anna, why didn't you finish this when you had the chance? And you don't feel like writing it, and you know it's going to be hard because maybe you've like hit a roadblock, or just like a scene block, or like a plot hole, and you're just like, I don't want to keep working on this. And I wish I was able to, solve that problem before, but it never ever works. And it's so hard sometimes, and I get so frustrated. But yeah, I guess that's a really, really big pet peeve as well. Number 6 is forgetting character names. I'm someone who's pretty good with names, but when it comes to like the smaller characters that really don't really mean a lot to me, or I just need to like know them, but I forget them so easily because I just made them up on the spot because they're just like side characters, but they end up like coming back. like in a following chapter, and I'm just like, damn, I have to scroll all the way up because I don't even know, I didn't even plan this, like it's not in my planning document, and it's just a struggle. It's just something I really get annoyed at, and I shouldn't. I should just be fine with it. But yeah, that's number 6. The last pet peeve I have for you guys today is, okay, this is actually a very big one. This is something that frustrates me so much that I want to slap whoever is saying this. It's like when people, they're not writers, they've never written a book or tried to write a book in their whole life, and they tell you about it. They're like, oh yeah, I was maybe, thinking of writing a book. It'll be easy. Like, I was hoping to finish it, or like blah blah blah. Like, it's gonna be like about this. This is actually something also I get stressed about. Not really stressed, but like annoyed about, when people want to start YouTube channels or want to start like anything really. And you can tell they're not gonna do it. Or you can tell that they're so like stubborn, and they think like it's easy. They just think it's easy. They think reading and like, no, they think writing a book is easy. They think starting a YouTube channel is easy and they'll get it easily. And I'm just like, it's not that easy. And they're talking to you as if they know everything, as if they're giving you advice when you're the writer, you're the YouTuber or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, no, definitely try to write a book. Like, you can do it. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll maybe send it to you once I'm done. And you ask them about it like the following day or like a whole year later, and they're just like, what? Like, oh yeah, I'm planning to do that, blah blah blah. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm being a bad person. I have no idea. But I guess that's it for the pet peeves today. I it felt good to rant, guys. It felt good. But yeah, thank you so much for listening in to my rambling. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe hopefully, sort of related a little bit to my pet peeves and struggles as a writer, and just like things I really don't like. Because again, it is important to understand that you can hate what you love. Like, I hate writing sometimes. I literally hate the art of writing. But then I like go back and I like look at it objectively. I'm like, you know what? I love writing, and it's something that there's struggles, there's problems, but these are the problems that we want to have, okay? Like those plot holes, we want to have those problems because it means we're making progress in our book, okay? But yeah, thank you so much for listening in, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye!